Thursday night. You know what I do all week? I wait for Thursday night because Thursday night is the second best night of the week. You know what the best night is? Now, other people really like, what is your favorite day of the week or favorite night of the week? Not used to all this clean laundry smell. Bless me. My favorite night of the week is Friday. Or Friday is my favorite whole day of the week. And other people would probably be like, I love Saturday. You know, some people will be like, oh no, I really love Sunday. Not me. I like Fridays because Friday, the world is your oyster. You got just everything in the world. By Saturday, it's already coming to an end. I'm married to someone that wears these. This is a real commitment to fitness here. As my husband would try to say, you hate people that exercise. That's just not true. It's not true. You have 2 mornings to sleep in. I know that's what I always. What do you do when shorts lose the string? Like the string is right there. Do you just go ahead and? What I typically do is I just pull the holder and string out because that seems better. Sunday is your favorite day. Ah, are your glasses peepers? I don't know. I think so. I didn't even know anything was happening at UNCW. Other than my son Russell is supposed to be writing essays. The wrapping paper link. Yay! I can't, it's up on my Facebook page. Friday is too close to Monday. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. You look beautiful. Really? Well, that's nice. I had a really nice day. My mom and I met in, this is my father-in-law's jacket I just found, and I was thinking maybe one of the boys would like it. It's an Orvis jacket, and it's actually, maybe Adrian would like it. It's got this very soft material inside. A crochet hook. So I went to Washington today, Little Washington. Got to go in this great store that I love called Russell's. Not only because I have a son named Russell, but because it used to be a men's clothing store, and then they added women's clothing to it. So I always find something in there I like. So I went in there and then went to the Washington Yacht and Country Club. How about that? Who knew Washington had a yacht and country club? And that was great. And I spoke to a book club. How about that? It was just really fun. It was a group, a lot of retired teachers, and there's 21 of them in this. It makes me want to be in a book club. I'm not in a book club. Are you a cougar? Well, that depends. Did you buy wrapping paper? Oh no, now I got to go ahead and get people out of here. They get naughty and then they're not allowed to, live chat summary. Oh, I don't want to miss that. I like that I'm like willing to be a cougar if someone buys wrapping paper. Yes, Amos's school is selling wrapping paper, and wrapping paper sales are what pay for field trips. And so years ago, there was money in the budget for field trips, and now they're from the General Assembly, and now there's not. And field trips, particularly for kids where we live, not maybe my kids, but this is their chance to. They've never seen a lion, they've never been to the zoo, never seen the ocean, and it's only an hour away. Go to Raleigh, maybe go to Washington, D.C. And so it is a big deal. Field trips are a big deal. And I, particularly for me, I love to go places. I love to take my kids places. I would always choose to spend my last dollar going on a trip versus buying somebody something. So that's that. Where's Little Washington? Little Washington is southeast of Edenton. So it's kind of nestled between Williamston and New Bern, and it's on the water. And funny enough, Little Washington was possible spot for the school known as East Carolina University. So there's that. Did you pin the link? I cannot pin the link for the wrapping paper, but if so many of my people have, go ahead. You went on the Belk website. I know, isn't Belk so good? Love Belk's. I didn't get to go there this year. So anyway, went to Little Washington, went to Russell's downtown, went to the yacht club, had a fine time there. And then, went to the orthodontist. So my orthodontist is Dr. Steele, Derek Steele. And he is just really a wonderful person. And he has tons of women that work in his office. They're all women. And they are delightful. And I obviously took 3 children there to get braces and then me. So my teeth, this is maybe more than you want to know, but people are like, why'd you get braces? Well, because my bite was off. So when I had like this, see how this teeth is still a little like this? Well, it used to be more like this. So it's getting better. So now I'm supposed to be wearing braces. I mean, rubber bands. But I left them in the car to hook these together. So Dr. Steele is my orthodontist. So I got to see him. And I took my mom in there. I was like, Mom, I really want you to meet Dr. Steele. Dr. Steele has a brother with a disability. And I don't know, I just really enjoy talking to him and listening to him and hearing what his thoughts are as the sibling of a child with a disability. Because it's really important to me to want to know the kinds of things that my own children are going to be thinking about as Amos gets older. And that's really can be a heavy, heavy thought. And I don't think it has to be, but it's definitely nice to talk to somebody else that understands. I saw a mom with a young adult son that had autism today. I tried to think of how I could help her, but people had the aisle crowded. Felt she needed space more than anything. Oh, well, I'm so glad that you saw her and thought about her. I was telling the group at book club today, I said, I don't know where does my husband get these towels? It's like he finds them on the street. I said, at one time I met somebody and they said, oh, I heard you wrote a book. I heard it's wonderful, but I am so thankful I don't have autism in my life, so I don't need to read your book. And I said, okay, do you ever go to the grocery store? Oh, yeah, I go to the grocery store. I said, well, have you ever seen somebody that maybe is talking to themselves, or maybe they're sitting down, or maybe they're wandering around, or maybe they're kind of flitting their fingers, or, flapping their hands, or maybe they're talking, and she was like, yes. I said, that's autism, and I love for people to just be thinking that, because we go to the grocery store and generally we have a great experience. We did have one teensy little problem last year, but I think we've moved on from that. And when we go to the grocery store, Amos and I split up. He goes to get whatever he's getting, and I start in the fruits and vegetables. Like, doesn't everybody start there in the grocery store? So he comes to find me, but I'm always so thankful that now, which is one thing, like the manager knows us, most people in there working know us, a lot of people in Edenton know us, so that people will talk to him, and be my village, because it makes such a difference to have a village and, for people to support us and support me. Everybody needs to read this book. Oh, that's so nice. Somebody stole that towel from somebody else. So anyway, so that was today. And then we came home this weekend. We don't have a ton to do. I have a high school senior, so we've got some college essay writing that he needs to do, obviously not me. So he's going to work on that. And I'll tell you what, one thing I did today that was really amazing is that, oh, I'm so glad helped you during a sad time. We did homework again tonight. So it almost seems too good to be true. Like this, doing homework, these are the best shorts. I got these at Great Outdoor Provision in Raleigh. They're that Vuori. They are so soft, they feel like butter. Anyway, ooh, I only need one pair of shorts. I just wear those every day. We did homework. I will say one thing belonging to Amos, who has autism, ADHD, anxiety, all those things are sort of related to each other, is that, shorts for these, once Amos gets in the habit of doing something, he will keep doing it. So we did homework one night, and now he's like, we have homework. Can you see the kitten? I don't know where the kitten is. The kitten must be downstairs. So tonight, he didn't want to come up, but then he watched 15 minutes of TV. He had a test today, a science test. I don't know how he did, but we legitimately studied 3 times this week. And he has social studies tomorrow. We didn't quite get to that, but Rome wasn't built in a day. But one thing we did, we worked on his name project for his English class. And we talked about his name and where it comes from and where it came from in his family. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have to fill out a sheet. Nope. He filled out the whole darn thing. And I helped him answer it. And it said, where is one place that your name is popular? And obviously his name is Jewish, Hebrew. His name is popular, evidently, in southern England and Nigeria. And so I said, okay, write England and Nigeria. So you know what he did? I just think this is so clever. Oh, we've lost a sock. Now, how do you lose a sock this big? It's not possible to lose this sock in the dryer. I looked over at his paper, and he hadn't written England or Nigeria. He had drawn the flags for the 2 countries. And then he wrote under them UK and England, I think, which is E. I didn't know what it was. Is it EN? I thought that was just so smart. And even my husband came in, and we hadn't even talked about it, but my husband came in, and we were doing homework at the table. And he was like, oh. And he'd leave the room, and then he'd come back. He'd look over to see what he was doing. Then he was doing some math homework. I mean, did math, did English, and even read some history. I mean, it was like we were just a regular old family. And I tell you, I don't usually feel like a regular old family. And it's kind of fun to feel like a regular family for a second, you know? And I mean, he didn't get 100, and I know we didn't do all the homework, but we made some progress, you know? And it's really felt good. It was a big deal. And I share that just because I think whenever we can kind of tell, if we're more vulnerable and share what is really happening in our lives, I think people can be kinder and gentler. And then maybe as humans, we are less likely to act out or go shoot somebody or, do 100 different things, if we feel heard and listened to. But part of that is you have to extend the olive branch. So I have to be willing to tell how I'm feeling and how things make me feel. And sometimes it feels a little bit silly because I think you think, well, nobody cares, or maybe people are think I'm complaining or whining, but it's not. It's not like that. It's really not like that. I just want people to know, what it takes for us to do homework. Like, it's a big deal to have homework success or to study for a test. Like, he's almost 12 and we've never studied for a test. Um, it's just the best feeling. It's the best feeling. So I'm reporting good things today. Good things reported. What else? And that gave me encouragement to go through my closet. I did that. Came home. Went downtown. Where did I go today? Today I went to the Style Palette and I got a dress for my daughter's uh, big football weekend in her school colors. And I went to the shoe shop, but I didn't find any shoes. And I went to the Arts Council and looked at a lot of art, but I didn't get any art. And then I tried to return a couple things and realized you have to print out the label. I feel like they do this, you have to print out the label thing in hopes that you'll never return the item. And evidently I did that because I have been ordering things from Anthropology and Free People. And every time I order something, it's sort of great, actually. I order something late at night when I don't need to be buying something. I do need shoes, Margaret. I need suede short boots, size 7, FYI. And now you're distracted. Oh, so I've ordered some stuff from Free People and Anthropology, and the next day, the item is always canceled. And I'm like, how? I don't understand this. How is it canceled? Well, finally this week it happened again, and I sent an email, and I was like, my orders are being canceled. And they're like, we'll get back to you in 72 hours. So they get back to me, and they're like, you were supposed to return an item, and you didn't return it. And so we gave you credit for returning it, even though you didn't. And now your credit card is done, so we can't get our money back. I was like, that's sort of genius. I was like, well, what was it that I didn't return? I have no recollection. I hope it wasn't the shoes I wore today. Look on Easy Spirit website. Easy Spirit has suede short boots. Oh, you're going to Bug Fest. Oh, that sounds fun. What's everybody else doing this weekend? It's going to get warm. It's supposed to be 80. So we might ride down to the beach and do a last boat trip while someone else does college essays. I hope you don't lose any more weight. Weight is such a hot topic. So I have been doing the shot, Zepbound, for a year. And I've lost about 40 pounds, I think. And it has really been the best experience for me. I was, 180 something, 180-ish. And I've always eaten a bunch. And so it was just a great way for me to cut down. Somebody said, well, do you eat? And I was like, yeah, I just eat what a normal person eats. I look a little thinner tonight because I have the camera is up. So if you have the camera up, it always makes you look more angular down. That's why I take pictures up like this. Taking our granddaughter to RV. Oh, Amos would like an RV. Going to Michigan. Where does Thomas go to school? My son Thomas goes to school at NC State. Go Pack. The Christmas tour tickets have sold out. They have? Oh, that's not good because I hadn't bought any. But I'm on the Christmas tour, so I feel fairly certain they'll give me a couple. Yes, I've officially lost my mind. I'm on the Christmas tour, which means 2,000 people come through your house, not once, but 2 nights, and they march around and they look at all your wonderful Christmas decorations, which is great, except me no have no wonderful Christmas decorations. Adrian's house is more like Fisher-Price meets tacky 70s blow-up mold, plus a little wilted Smilac stolen from a neighbor. So I guess I can't tell you to come to the Christmas tour because you can't get a ticket. It's sold. Yes, I do have very good stockings that one friend made, and then another very good friend, Kathy Maroney, who's on here, made as well. Made 3 stockings. Oh, and we have a joy tree. Yes, that's a tree outside that I basically just throw heaps of lights all over. But I think I'm going to get, I have an idea this year. I think I'm going to make the magnolia tree a joy tree. And I am going to get somebody to bring one of those like lifts over that you like power wash your house with. I'm bummed I wanted to come. Well, maybe they do have, I hadn't looked at the tickets. I'm just repeating what somebody else says. Yes, and if you're a YouTube member or Facebook subscriber, you will get to see the Christmas tour behind the scenes right here on my page. You're new to this channel. Oh, good. So if you're watching this video and like it, give it a double click for thumbs up. And if you want to be a member on YouTube, it's $5 a month, which I would just like to say is basically the same price as a large French fry at McDonald's. I like McDonald's, but you'll get a lot of fun. Put the blow molds on your roof. No, we get wind. I'm gonna lose my blow molds. Right now I have a blow up spider on my front porch. The big leaves on the magnolia will block the lights. You tried it. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Halloween nutcrackers. Last year I bought some nutcrackers. My husband would die if he knew this. At CVS, they were these painted nutcrackers and they were sparkly. Well, I was like, I'm going to buy these nutcrackers and I'm going to sand them down and then I'm going to paint them like real nutcrackers. Like I saw this all over the TikTok. So I bought the nutcrackers, like got one in DC. I mean, I was like traveling to find the nutcrackers. And then I didn't do anything with the nutcrackers. What I should have done is put them out in the elements, like strapped them to the dock and just let the mess beat them all year. And then that would have taken the paint off. But I didn't. I gave them away because I just looked at them and they made me feel guilty and dumb. You're still looking for the damn kayak. So a joy tree is a tree that you throw lights all over. And you can ride around Edenton and see the joy trees. My friend Mary Scott got the idea to spread them around because our friend Meredith said they had them in Richmond, so we copied. Amos! What? It's bedtime. Okay. We've been going to bed at 8, so we're running a little behind. Just borrow Christmas decorations. I did another video of Amos doing his homework. Yes.
I will not sleep in my bed. That is not nice.
Yes, you're going to. Why don't you go in your room and get your underpants?
No.
Do you have on your robe? No, you do not have on your robe.
I need my jammies.
Okay, go to your room and get your underpants on and I'll help you.
Mommy, no.
I'll be there in a minute. How's he sleeping in his room? Well, he starts to sleep in there and then he ends up in our bed. Or last night I went and got in his bed with him because it's not going well. 12 years. I'm taking advice, not going well. Yeah, it's meant to be for us to sleep together forever. Carry on, glad you're here. Goodbye.